Life. What is life?
What's the meaning of life?
Could be here a while. So yeah, general life update. We're now mid-July. A year older, I know, gosh, it's creeping up to middle age, I think. Coming into my prime. Yeah, so how has July been so far? I think actually pretty good. I feel like the progress I'm making run-wise has been really it's been like a really nice positive trajectory in terms of both the gym and strength stuff and the actual running. So I've now just got to a point of starting to increase the actual running intervals, so not just doing like 1 minute running, 1 minute walking, which doesn't really feel like running. So yeah, I've just done 4 by 5 minutes at a sort of tempo pace. So again, we're trying to not just do lots of slow plodding, because that, for the kind of soleus coming back, that's kind of the worst stuff for it. It like puts more strain on it even though you're not running fast. So it's kind of, yeah, I'm aiming for kind of tempo pace somewhere sort of between Ironman to 70.3-ish pace, but obviously today was the first one, so I was taking it quite conservative. / I'm also not that fit running yet, so had to keep it a little bit more chilled. But yeah, the rest of this week I've got like a half an hour continuous run, a little bit longer on the lever at the weekend, and another sort of interval-y run on Saturday. So that'll then feel like a slightly more normal week of running, and if that's all gone well, touch wood, then next week we'll be building on that a bit more. So yeah, hopefully be at a point by next week where running's relatively normal. Then alongside that, like swimming is just kind of ticking along. It's been a bit up and down with, I'm going to say partly fatigue. So I had like a couple of really good sessions where I was like, yes, I've like nailed it. I had like a couple of weeks in a row of having really good hard sessions, and then I had a bit of a fall off the cliff last week. I think part of that's because I've been doing some harder bike sessions, so I've just been a bit more fatigued. And then this morning started quite well, and then the chlorine in the pool was so bad that I just couldn't breathe, so I'm blaming that on chlorine. Swimming generally kind of going in the right direction. Like we've been doing a couple of lake sessions a week, which has been pretty good to kind of practice the starts, practice kind of going around buoys and some of that more where do you actually need to sit to try and stay on someone's feet, and I guess some of the more tactical stuff which I'm not great at, so that's been good to practice. Nothing else really swim wise. And then yeah, bike wise I've just been trying to, I guess now I'm feeling better on the bike again, because I definitely had a patch of just feeling terrible. I've been trying to, like I said, get that power up for kind of longer period. I've done like a couple of TTs. There's like a little local TT that actually goes to the bottom of the road. There was a 25-mile TT a couple of weeks ago. It's probably the best power I've held over like an hour on the TT bike. Oh, I'm getting another cat. Here's the daddy. Hello, daddy cat. Skittish. So yeah, biking's been going pretty well. I've done like the TT, I've been doing quite a lot of chain gang, because again that's that kind of, it's basically like just doing loads of really hard underovers, because you're doing like way over threshold when you're coming round on the front, and then like managing to recover under threshold, but you get basically like a really good hour block of it. And I find because you're with other people, you're not really thinking about it, so you just actually push yourself really hard. So that's been, and it's fun. So I've been doing that. So a combination of sort of chain gangs, TTs, and then obviously the relay at the weekend. And then yeah, I'm going to spend the next few weeks, I'm hopefully racing the first weekend of August, which feels a little bit scary considering how little actual running I've done, but I think by the time we get there I should be in a slightly better place. But yeah, I'm most likely to go and do the US Open at the moment, just because I think it'll be my last chance to do a PTO race, just because I don't think my ranking will be good enough to do them next year, and I know other people doing it, so it'll be fun. It's either that or 70.3 Talon basically, so still kind of weighing up, but more likely to do the US Open. And then it's basically just build for Kona, do everything I can to try and have a better Kona than last year. So one of the things that I've been experimenting with a bit over the last couple of months is using ketones. So I'd used them a little bit back in February, mainly around hard sessions, because I find that so the main benefit I've found from them is recovery. Sleeping post hard sessions, actually I sleep way better when I've taken them during the session, and actually just how my legs feel. So I've been able to do a few more like back-to-back days of doing harder stuff, or just like if I've done chain gang on the Tuesday, long ride Wednesday, chain gang Thursday, I kind of feel sort of alright on. So yeah, I've mainly been taking them in my bike sessions. I guess I've not really been doing proper run sessions yet, but I will aim to take them on run sessions when I get there, and on my longer rides as well, because I think, like I said, it seems to help my recovery. Yeah, there seems to be more research coming out on some of that recovery benefit more than anything. But yeah, in terms of how I feel, I've definitely felt it makes a difference. And then the other thing that I've been using quite a lot again in my return to run is the lever. So we had like a bit of a treadmill meltdown where I think we managed to just blow up our treadmill, so we had to find another treadmill, but we've managed to borrow one off someone, so got the lever back here, which is super helpful. And at the moment I'm using it mainly as trying to get my run volume up without stressing the calf too much. So that's so far been my longer runs. I've been doing like 30 minutes on that the last couple of weekends, and then this weekend I'll probably get up to like 45 minutes, and next week try and do like an hour. So yeah, for the next sort of few weeks in particular, I'm going to use it more from a volume perspective. But then I think as I then get into the build towards Kona, I'll start also using it to do some sessions on, just to kind of again try and get some of that speed in the legs without massively stressing the calf out as it's still building strength up. So yeah, that's been super helpful, and again just having it where I can just walk out to the garage and it's all super easy.
As of now,
yes.
Subject to change, how does your build to Kona look?
So as of now, my build to Kona will be probably in the UK. As I said, hopefully with one race that first weekend, but then recover from the race, do a good sort of 3 to 4 week block, and then I'm looking to probably just head out to Kona the sort of second weekend of September, and just have a good 4 week block there before the race, partly for the heat, partly just to kind of get over the travel. I'm lucky in that Indy's said that she'll come and be my training buddy, so I'll have someone to train with. I feel like last year I was super fit for Kona, but for whatever reason didn't really manage to put together a good race. So I feel like the training and the heat was quite good, but in some ways I feel like if I can just do that in Kona and have some more of that kind of swimming in the open water there, that kind of stuff, I think that'll be quite beneficial. And then also not having to like travel, like the travel from Texas, it's not like big travel, but I just think there's something about time zone shifts and all that kind of stuff that actually if I can just eliminate that, it's one less thing to impact my race.